Stop right there. If you're receiving the UK state pension or planning to retire in the next few years, what I'm about to share could put hundreds of extra pounds in your pocket every single year. The government has just confirmed a major state pension boost, and there are critical eligibility changes happening right now that you absolutely need to know about. Whether you're already retired or retirement is still on the horizon, this affects you directly, and missing this information could cost you serious money. So turn off those distractions and pay close attention, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much extra you could be getting and what you need to do to claim every penny you deserve. Let's get into it. The UK state pension increase has been officially confirmed, and I'm going to explain the new payment rates, the eligibility changes, and everything you need to maximize your pension. Whether you're already claiming, approaching retirement, or it's still years away, this matters for your financial future. We'll cover who gets the increase, how much extra money we're talking about, the two pension systems and which applies to you, critical eligibility requirements, how to check you're getting everything you're entitled to, and the steps you need to take now. This is comprehensive, so let's dive straight into what matters for your money. The big news is official. The UK state pension is getting a substantial boost thanks to the triple lock guarantee. If you're not familiar with the triple lock, let me explain, because it's crucial to understanding why your pension is increasing. The triple lock is the government's commitment to raise the state pension each year by whichever is highest among three measures: inflation, average earnings growth, or 2.5%. This system protects pensioners from losing purchasing power and ensures the pension keeps pace with living standards. This year's increase is driven by earnings growth, resulting in one of the most significant uplifts in recent years. For those on the full new state pension, your weekly payment is rising to a level that puts annual income at over £11,000. That's an increase of several £100 yearly compared to previous rates. For pensioners on fixed incomes, this isn't just numbers on paper. This could cover months of energy bills, essential repairs, or simply provide more breathing room in your budget. Here's where it gets important. There are two different state pension systems running simultaneously in the UK. Which one you're on depends entirely on when you reached state pension age. The new state pension applies to anyone reaching state pension age on or after April 6, 2016. The basic state pension, sometimes called the old state pension, applies to anyone who reached it before that date. How do you know which system you're on? Simple. If you reached state pension age on or after April 6, 2016, you're on the new system. Before that date means the basic system. Your state pension age depends on your birth date. Currently, it's 66 for both men and women, but it's rising to 67 between 2026 and 2028, with plans to increase it to 68 later. If you're unsure of your exact state pension age, check the government website, because assumptions can lead to nasty surprises. Now let's discuss eligibility requirements, where many people discover they're not on track for the full pension they expected. Under the new system, you need a minimum of 10 qualifying years to receive anything at all. Fewer than 10 years means you get nothing. Between 10 and 35 years gives you a proportional amount. The calculation is straightforward. Your qualifying years, divided by 35, multiplied by the full pension amount. So 25 qualifying years gives you about 71% of the full amount. For the full new state pension, you need exactly 35 qualifying years. What counts as a qualifying year? Generally, it's a year where you paid national insurance contributions through employment, paid voluntary contributions, or received national insurance credits. Credits are given in various circumstances, including receiving certain benefits, caring for children under 12 through child benefit, or caring for disabled individuals. This catches many people out, especially women who took time off for childcare. If you claimed child benefit for a child under 12, you should have received automatic national insurance credits, but only if you were the actual claimant. Some families had one parent claiming while the other stayed home, creating gaps for the caregiver. There's also carer's credit for those caring at least 20 hours weekly. Many don't realize they were entitled to this, resulting in avoidable gaps. Self-employed individuals need particular attention here. When self-employed, you pay Class 2 and Class 4 contributions, but rules have changed over years. Some with lower profits didn't pay enough to build qualifying years without realizing it. Class 2 contributions are relatively cheap compared to pension benefits they secure. Here's something potentially worth thousands: checking your national insurance record and filling gaps. You can view your record free on the government website, showing every year and whether it qualifies. I cannot stress enough how important this is, regardless of how far from retirement you are. Many assume their record is complete, then get shocked at retirement discovering unexpected gaps. Normally, you can fill gaps from the previous 6 years through voluntary contributions. The government has extended this deadline recently, but extensions don't last forever. Let me show you the mathematics because it demonstrates why filling gaps is such a smart investment. Each missing year reduces annual pension by roughly 1/35 of the full amount, currently about £300 yearly. 5 missing years costs about £1,500 annually for your entire retirement. Filling one gap year with voluntary contributions costs around £800. So filling 5 years costs about £4,000, but increases annual pension by £1,500. In less than 3 years, you've recouped the investment. Over a 20-year retirement, that £4,000 investment becomes £30,000 extra. That's an exceptional return that's guaranteed and inflation protected. Not everyone can afford several £1,000s to fill multiple gaps, but even filling 1 or 2 years makes a significant difference. You're not just increasing your pension, you're increasing guaranteed, inflation-protected lifetime income. The state pension increases yearly with the triple lock, so that extra money grows over time. Let me address specific situations where gaps commonly occur. If you lived or worked abroad, you might have UK record gaps. Depending on the country, you might have paid into their social security system, and agreements might exist allowing those years to count toward your UK pension. The UK has agreements with many countries, including most of Europe, the United States, Canada, and Australia. These are complex, so if you've worked abroad, specialist advice helps maximize entitlements across all countries. If you earned below the lower earnings limit while employed, those years might not count despite working. This often affects part-time workers or those with multiple short-term contracts. You might pay voluntary contributions to fill those years, but check whether it's permitted for specific years. Now let's discuss deferring your state pension. You don't have to claim immediately upon reaching state pension age. You can delay it, and your pension increases permanently. For every 9 weeks deferred, pension increases 1%, roughly 5.8% annually. Defer 1 year, and it increases about 5.8% for life. Defer 2 years, and it increases about 11.6% permanently. Deferring makes most sense if you're still working with good income, especially as a higher-rate taxpayer. Starting pension while working means paying significant tax on it. Deferring lets it grow. Then, when claiming after retirement when income drops, you might pay less tax overall. But deferring isn't right for everyone. Consider your health and life expectancy, though none of us knows how long we'll live. Generally, you'd need to live into late 70s or beyond for deferring to pay off financially. If you need money now, there's no point deferring for higher amounts later. The state pension supports retirement, and if you've reached retirement age needing income, claim it. Let's discuss additional support alongside state pension because many miss out on entitled money. The big one is pension credit, designed to top up income for struggling pensioners. Hundreds of thousands of eligible pensioners aren't claiming. If your income is below certain thresholds, currently around £200 weekly for singles or $300 for couples, you might qualify. Pension credit has two parts: guarantee credit and savings credit. Even small pension credit entitlement is worth claiming because it opens doors to other benefits, including housing cost help, council tax reduction, free dental treatment, free NHS site tests, and heating cost assistance. You can claim up to 4 months before reaching state pension age. Remember, the state pension is taxable income. You don't pay national insurance on it, but you pay income tax if total income exceeds the personal allowance, currently frozen at £12,570 until 2028. The full new state pension exceeds £11,000 annually, so any other income from workplace pensions, personal pensions, savings interest, rental income, or part-time work likely means paying income tax. For those planning to retire abroad or already overseas, there's something critical. If you live in certain countries, your UK state pension freezes at the rate when you left or first claimed. It won't receive annual increases UK pensioners receive. This affects people in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, and others. It's controversial, affecting over 500,000 British pensioners abroad receiving decades-old amounts. However, living in the European Economic Area, Gibraltar, Switzerland, or countries with UK Social Security agreements means your pension continues increasing annually. Rules are complicated and vary by country, so research thoroughly before moving abroad. Let's discuss claiming practicalities. The state pension doesn't start automatically. You must claim. The government should send a claim invitation about 4 months before reaching state pension age, explaining the process. You can claim online, by phone, or by post up to 4 months before state pension age. First payment arrives within 5 weeks of reaching state pension age, paid every 4 weeks directly into your bank. One of the most valuable things at any age is getting a state pension forecast. This free service tells you how much you're on track to receive, when you can claim, and whether you can increase it. The forecast shows your national insurance record and highlights gaps. Get forecasts online through Check Your State Pension Service, by phone, or by post. Getting a forecast is genuinely eye-opening. You might discover you're on track for more than expected, helping you plan confidently. Or you might find unknown gaps, giving you opportunity to fill them and boost your pension. Knowing where you stand is powerful and takes less than 10 minutes online. For younger viewers, you might wonder if state pension will exist when you retire. Nobody predicts the future with certainty, but state pension is fundamental to UK Social Security since 1948, surviving all governments. It's unlikely to disappear, though the system evolves. State pension age increases, amounts fluctuate, and the triple lock faces debate. These are peripheral changes, but the core principle of state pension, funded through national insurance, likely remains. That said, state pension alone isn't enough for most people's desired retirement. It provides foundation, basic income, but for travel, hobbies, helping family, or financial security and freedom, you need additional savings and pensions. Workplace pensions, personal pensions, ISAs, and investments all play crucial roles. Quick recap of key actions: check your national insurance record online for gaps, get a state pension forecast to know exactly what you'll receive and when, investigate filling gaps if financially sensible, claim pension credit or other benefits if eligible, and plan ahead to claim at the right time. If this helped, please hit that like button so more people find this information. Subscribe and click the notification bell for future videos about pensions, benefits, retirement planning, and personal finance. Drop a comment about your situation. Already claiming? Approaching retirement? Questions about anything covered? I read every comment. Please share this with anyone who might benefit: your parents, grandparents, friends, colleagues thinking about retirement. This information could help them get entitled money. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of your financial future, and I'll see you in the next video with more essential money topics. Until then, take care.